Oh, it changes colors too. Oh, that's pretty cool. Hey Saber fans, this is Graypaladin. And Darth Paradigm did a post about the new RGBX core from LGT. So then I went to Vire Sabers website and I watched the video on their take on the RGBX, what they're calling version 3. Seemed pretty interesting. I like the fact that the motion sensitivity can be turned off, or the motion control can be turned off, gesture control can be turned off, and the clashes can be turned off, which I know it's been very finicky when you spin in the saber and then you can trigger a clash inadvertently and all of a sudden, you know, sound stops to catch up, and then it was pretty annoying. So this is supposed to not necessarily address that, but it helps that because now you can turn it off. So if you really want to spin and swing the saber in a demo or something like that, you don't have to worry about that clash going off inadvertently. So I went to Vire Sabers and I figured, well, if I'm going to go ahead and get this core, why don't I just go ahead and try to assemble my own LGT part saber. So this is my take at that. Crack this open, see how it came together. I'm hoping it looks good, but we'll see. And I like that on the box it says Fragile.
Ah, fragile. It must be Italian.
Well, I think that says fragile, honey.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is my first time ordering from Vire Sabers, and navigating the site, it was pretty cool seeing all the different parts and things that you could choose from. But anyway, I ended up going with the halcyon emitter, the rook switch, APOC grip, which I really like a lot, and I'm hoping that it all turns out well. But anyway, let's just dive right into it. So here's the charging adapter. It says Vire Sabers right on there. That's cool. Charging cable. And it looks like it's the 2.1 jack, not the USB-C. What I like to call the baggie of fun. And I should have my screws. I did order a thumb screw because those that track and follow my channel know how I prefer that over using a the Allen wrench. So there's my brass thumb screw. There's a card here that says,
"Hello there."
Hello there.
and that's from Vire Sabers. Okay. What else is here? Another bag. Oh, I did order some timing shims, so those are here. Always helpful to have, especially if you do installs like myself. And then here's all the retention screws and Allen wrench. So, set that aside. This is a pretty thick booklet. It's a manual. Oh, it's like cardboard on the ends. That's pretty cool. But this looks like it talks about updating firmware if you have the XenoPixel. So this is just an all-encompassing manual. Nice to know. It covers RGBX and XenoPixel. Okay. Handy dandy, that's nice. Next, let's see, what's this? Oh, looks like a lightsaber keychain light. That's cool. Oh, it changes colors too. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, and how many colors do we get here? That is super cool. Thanks, Vire. That's really awesome. Who needs a lightsaber when you got a keychain? Put that aside now too. Here's the pommel. What I wish was available on the website is when you assemble a saber that you could see it digitally what the pieces look like together. And that's one thing Saber Forge does well, is when you assemble or try to put together an ASP saber, their kind of digital builder configurator allows you to see the different parts and then put them together and rotate them and all that, so you can really have an idea of what it's going to look like before you get it. This one, I have no idea. I just saw the part, said that looks cool, that might match, use my naked eye comparing the two pictures and think, okay, well hopefully this will go well together. There's my pommel. And here is the saber. Now I have to say, this looks like it turned out pretty well, just looking at it all wrapped up here. Let's speed this up and get back to normal speed once this is unwrapped. All right, so here it is. Apparently it was too long to fit in the box with the pommel, so they took the pommel out, wrapped that separately, and then now I can just reattach. Okay, so I like this. I have a good eye. I think I'm gonna need to timing shim this because I don't like that it's on the, it's not even on the side, it's kind of like at a 45-degree angle from the switch. But yeah, this is the halcyon emitter, which I think looks really good. It's a almost like a it's a shiny mirrored finish, and I did go with the choke there too, because the emitter piece here is separate from the choke, so I did add the choke, and that choke looks really nice. I did go with the rook, kind of a black switch section, so that way it could blend better, because the top is shiny but the body itself is brushed, and then the pommel is kind of shiny but not quite as mirrored or chrome-like as the choke and emitter. And I really like this brass bar that's on the body. That's really cool. And I think the pommel kind of offsets everything else pretty well too. The lines in the body to the lines down into the pommel there. I think I will try the timing shims and try to get this either on the top or the bottom side of the saber. Let's take a look at the RGBX. Now, if you watch Darth Cephalus, I think he kind of already reviewed this this new upgrade, and he noted that the RGBX version 3 board is slightly shorter than its predecessor. And unfortunately, the board itself is not customizable or upgradable, but the board can get firmware updates, which is how we're able to get the version 3 here that gives us a little bit more control of its abilities. There's the lithium ion battery, rechargeable 18650, so 3000 milliamp. That's nice. Let's see if it has any juice. Oh, but first I want to put the timing shim on and get a better idea of how that's going to look. So it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 timing shims, and they seem to be all the same thickness. Yeah, they're all the same thickness. So let's just start with 1.
A few moments later.
Time for the power on.
Power on.
Now I do like the clarity of that voice. That sounds nice. It's very clear. It's enunciated. Oh, so there's gesture control to change the sound fonts. Let me put this blade in.
More moments later.
Now, let's change fonts.
Emperor. Scavenger. Princess.
I think this may have the same standard 9.
Rogue Knight.
Yeah, Kylo Ren.
The High Ground.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
The Count.
Count Dooku. Let's go for it. I'm really digging this choke that I got on here.
The Fallen.
It's Fallen Order, Cal Kestis.
The Dark Lord.
I think this is Vader. Yeah. The smooth swing is good on this. I mean, I still miss accent swings, but it feels a little bit better than its previous version, the V2, I guess.
The Dark Sword.
Okay.
Dark Ages.
No, that's one that's not usually on. Oh. That's cool. That's a different one that we usually don't get in the version 2.
The second.
This is another new one. Now the smooth on this one is so different that it almost feels like an accent. Yeah, it works on this one pretty well.
Serenity.
It's another one that's not in the usual. The swing is hard to hear on this one though. And let's see what else. I think I started on that font.
Emperor.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so first impressions, I do like the new board. Now let me see.
Clash off.
Cool. So you can turn that clash off, which means you're just all swing all the time. I like that. Let me turn it back on now.
Clash on.
Yeah. Good work, LGT. Yeah, that's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. And I can turn the gesture control back on too.
Motion control on.
Cool. That's great. So first impressions, I like it a lot. And I'm pretty impressed with the parts that I chose. I think this saber turned out pretty good. Let me know what you think. Please tell me in the comments down below if you like my creation. And that's the Halcyon emitter, the Halcyon choke, I believe, the Rook switch, the APOC body, and the pommel. I don't remember. But I will put all this stuff in the description of my review, which will be up very shortly. I'll put a link down below for the review, and I'll also have that in the end screen cards as well. So, thank you very much for watching, and may the Force be with you.